many celebrities out there who have had plastic surgery. Well, we've done a bunch of lists about them on this channel in the past. You should check them out. They're pretty good. Some celebrity plastic surgeries are subtle and others are pretty well known, like Dolly Parton's for example. She's just as well known for her looks as she is for her music, but how did she get to this point with her appearance? Well, I'm here to give you the rundown on all of that today as we talk about how Dolly Parton drastically changed her looks. Let's start off with who is Dolly Parton. Now before we get into the details about Dolly Parton's plastic surgery journey and how she's altered her appearance over the course of her career, let's first dive into who Dolly really is, her career, and why people love her so much. Dolly Parton has one of the greatest success stories out there. Coming from nothing, she was able to rise to fame and build herself an empire that has brought her so many opportunities and huge career moments. Dolly is completely self-made. A lot of the time, many singers have connections to the music industry, and that's how they're able to find success, but not Dolly. Dolly grew up pretty poor with 11 siblings living in a one-room cabin. She just had a dream of being a singer when she began performing in church with her family. Soon her dream got her to perform on local radio and TV stations, but her talent proved to be something pretty darn special. Though for a while she stuck to having small gigs just to get her voice out there as much as she could, she one day got an invitation to perform at the Grand Ole Opry, where she met Johnny Cash, who believed in her and her talent and encouraged Dolly to keep performing. She stuck to it, and after she graduated from high school, she moved to Nashville and started writing songs for other artists. Though she found a lot of success with her writing, she just couldn't shake the call of the stage and the shining lights. In 1967, she decided to take that leap of faith with her music career and released her first album titled Hello, I'm Dolly. She garnered a pretty big following right away, and the rest is history. She's released so much music since her first album, with her sound ranging from country to country pop, bluegrass, and even gospel. Other than having a booming music career, she also became quite the businesswoman, using her fame as a singer to open her own establishments. One establishment that we all no doubt are familiar with is the Dollywood theme park, but she has so many other businesses that include the Dollywood Splash Country, Dreammore Resort and Spa, Stampede, Pirates Voyage, Smoky Mountain Opera, Hatfield and McCoy Dinner Feud, Comedy Barn, Frizzle, and the Chicken Farmhouse Cafe. Even more impressive is her humanitarian work. Dolly has been known to work with many organizations and charities supporting a number of causes. She's worked on providing free books to children to encourage a love of reading, she's raised and donated money for various relief causes, and she even provided funding for the Moderna COVID vaccine. Other than spending money on helping others though, she's also used her hard-earned wealth to work on herself and alter her appearance, so let's get into that. But before we get into the nitty-gritty about Dolly Parton and her signature looks, why not take a moment to leave a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and while you're at it, consider subscribing to the channel to see more videos like this one. Now let's get into the plastic surgery journey. Now that we know who Dolly really is, let's get to talking about her appearance and her journey with plastic surgery. Over the years, Dolly Parton has been very open about her plastic surgery. She isn't afraid to reveal the work that she's had done and seems to be pretty open about all questions about her appearance, making her one of the most honest celebrities out there, at least when it comes to her procedures. She's admitted to having had many procedures done over the course of her life. Some of the operations that she's talked about having include breast augmentation, a brow lift, eyelid surgery, rhinoplasty, a chin augmentation, and face augmentation. Her surgeon has admitted though that Dolly has never had a full facelift before, which can explain why she still looks so good even after having had all those surgeries, because let's admit, sometimes when celebrities get facelifts, they can come out looking a little scary or nothing like themselves. Luckily for Dolly, she's retained pretty much all of her natural features, but she's really just aged a bit. According to her surgeon, Dolly started getting work done in her 40s when she first started noticing signs of aging. The surgeon told the publication Closer Weekly, quote, "I think she started when she was in her mid to late 40s. That's the time that the first signs of aging like volume loss start to become evident. She probably uses moisturizers and recovery creams, undergoes microneedling, and non-ablative and ablative lasers." End quote. As to what the surgeon has said about Dolly's appearance despite having had so many procedures done, he told the publication, quote, "I truly believe her looks are the combination of both. I do believe that it is a healthy and harmonious lifestyle with her personal wisdom and depraved of exaggerations that preserved her beauty through the years. I do believe that includes wisdom of choosing the right, skillful, and honest plastic surgeon for her face." end quote. Dolly has said that she isn't afraid to go under the knife to achieve her desired look, but with that mindset, that must also cost her a pretty penny, so let's get into that part of her cosmetic transformation. Now let's get into the cost. With all of the work that Dolly has done over the course of her career, you would imagine that it would have cost her quite a lot of money to have all that work done. Well, it is a surprising cost, so let's talk about it. Dolly isn't at all shy about talking about money, at least when it comes to what she's donated to the various organizations that she supports, as well as what she's spent on her appearance. I can see why she would be open to discussing that, since she's entirely self-made and is proud of how far she's come and the fact that she can do these things for herself. One of the most expensive procedures that Dolly has paid for has of course been the ones for her breasts. We all know that Dolly is kind of known for her chest, but how she got to this point with them is kind of wild. In an interview with Q magazine, Dolly once revealed that she paid $1 million to have her breasts done. She revealed that she's really happy and proud of the way they looked, and even said, quote, "I've slapped a few people who didn't stare at them. This kind of money, they'd better be looking at them," end quote. In another interview, she's talked about how expensive it is to create the look that she has and to maintain it, saying, quote, "It costs a lot of money to look this cheap. If I see something sagging, bagging, or dragging, I'm gonna have it nipped, tucked, or sucked," end quote. But if you thought $1 million was a lot to spend on her looks, then wait until you hear about her plastic surgery splurge as her gift to herself for her 75th birthday. According to sources, Dolly wanted to get a bunch of work done, from the quote, "top of her head to her toes," end quote. The singer was also not sparing any expenses to achieve the outcome that she wanted. Apparently, Dolly had set aside a budget of $2 million for her procedures to make sure that she was getting exactly what she wanted and that it was going to be well done. The source close to Dolly revealed that, quote, "Dolly won't be sparing any expense with the surgery. She'll get the best of the best because, let's face it, she has the money. She set aside a budget of $2 million, which is probably more than she'll need, but it'll be a guarantee that anything she gets done will be taken care of for the rest of her life," end quote. Now let's move on to her feelings about all of her procedures. Now you must be thinking to yourself, well, with all of that work done and the amount of time and money spent on her appearance, how does she feel about it all? Well, let's talk about that. Dolly has always had an over-the-top style, and she's even revealed how she believes that she's created her own unique style through her procedures and other factors like her hair and makeup. She's always been one to stand out, and so Dolly has said that she likes getting work done to maintain that sense of uniqueness. She's 100% Dolly through and through. Apparently, over the course of her career, she's been told to dial back her look a little bit, but that's not how Dolly works, you know? In response to those requests, she's spoken out about that, telling sources, quote, "I not only didn't tone it down, I figured if my work was truly good enough, people would eventually recognize that. It was about me knowing who I was, being happy with me, and feeling comfortable in the way I presented myself. If I was happy, I could make other people happy. That's how I've always looked at it. I look totally artificial, but I'm totally real. As a writer, as a professional, as a human being. A rhinestone shines just as good as a diamond," end quote. She's happy with the way that she looks, and that's what truly matters in the end. And now let's talk about her plans for the future. Now, with Dolly getting older and being in a different part of her life now compared to when she was younger, the question remains, is she still going to keep getting work done? Well, let's get into what Dolly has said about that. We all know that there is no stopping Dolly Parton. She does what she wants when she wants to, and she's a very busy woman. She said that she plans on doing what she's always been doing until she can't go anymore, saying, quote, "I don't think about my life in terms of numbers. First of all, I ain't never gonna be old. I ain't got time to be old. I can't stop long enough to grow old. I bet you I won't look much different when I'm 95 if I live that long because I'm like the Gabber sisters," end quote. I have to say, I love Dolly's energy and way of looking at life so unapologetically. She's definitely a good role model to look up to if you want to follow in her way of working hard, achieving your goals, and being 100% authentic. I think the takeaway from all this is that it doesn't matter what you look like as long as you're happy with yourself and where you are in life. That's what matters. And sometimes you just have to work hard to achieve that happiness. Now, before we wrap things up for today, I want you guys to leave a comment down below telling me what you guys think about Dolly Parton. And do you have an opinion on her appearance? Let me know your thoughts down below. Anyways guys, that's it for me. I've been your host, Brie Room, and until next time, stay safe, make good choices, and stay groovy, friends. Alright, let's try and mess this up as little as possible.